give it a spin. Yes.
Keir Starmer is seizing the moment to become a major cog in global affairs. Here, hosting apprentices from the defence industry, hours after hosting a major summit of European leaders. International plaudits yesterday for placing Britain at the forefront of the coalition aiming to secure peace in Ukraine.
And now we're going to give you a lot more work.
Yes. I call the Prime Minister.
Today, his focus improving his standing at home.
Less than a week since I called on this House to show the courage of our predecessors, we see clearly before us the test of our times, a crossroads in our history.
As he spoke, President Trump was launching another tirade against President Zelensky, the Prime Minister walking a difficult tightrope.
I also welcome the President's continued commitment to that peace, which nobody in this House should doubt for a second is sincere.
The plan is to move quickly and, at this stage, without President Trump.
Together we agreed a clear strategy that the United Kingdom, France and our allies will work closely with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting, which we will then discuss directly with the United States.
That plan will likely mean British boots on the ground in Ukraine. For the PM, it's a necessary show of strength.
So a strong peace, a just peace, a lasting peace, that has now to be our goal. It is vital, it is in our interests, and its pursuit, Britain will lead from the front. We must now win the peace.
Can we bedrock?
Agreement across the chamber.
There are, of course, many areas where the Prime Minister and I disagree, but now is the time for us to discuss where we do agree. At times like these, it is so important that we stand together to defend shared values and the fundamental, basic principle that aggressors should not win.
There were occasional criticisms, some on his own side not happy about cutting foreign aid to fund defence spending.
Does the Prime Minister understand the concern of so many that these cuts could, in fact, in the long term, hobble the very leadership that the Prime Minister has shown this weekend?
The PM's new man in Washington already under fire too for suggesting Ukraine lays down its arms at once.
Mr. Speaker, many of us were confused by Lord Mandelson's comments yesterday. So can the Prime Minister confirm that they do not represent government policy?
The Prime Minister swerved the challenges and was mostly able to enjoy that rare common scene, unity.
I find myself in the strange and rather uncomfortable position of very much agreeing with the Prime Minister on everything he has said today.
It's been good to have him agreeing with me. We should do this more often.
The Commons united behind the Prime Minister today, just as problems started to emerge. Keir Starmer told MPs that he needs more from the US to guarantee Ukraine's security than a minerals deal alone. Meanwhile, President Trump launched a blistering attack against President Zelensky. He's leading the European response, but it feels like a race against time before the White House could pull the plug. President Trump's closest ally in Parliament thinks Friday's White House row actually leaves peace closer than ever.
Zelensky needed to wake up and smell the coffee. And since that meeting, he's done so. But the upshot of it is the minerals agreement will be signed within the next week or 2 weeks. And that'll be the first step towards a ceasefire and a peace agreement. I absolutely agree. We've got to work out what those security guarantees for Ukraine look like.
A ceasefire within days has been floated by the French. Pressure is mounting from America. Can the Prime Minister keep everyone on board? Sam Coates, Sky News, Westminster.